that you would like to help.
Rockabye, baby, don't you cry. I'm gonna rock you. Rockabye, baby, something else. Like Louis Armstrong, play the trumpet, I hit that and break you off something soon. I got to get my props. All right, let's pull this up. Welcome everybody. I think it's Val NA. Let's see. It is not Val NA. Is it just Val?
That's just
yes, it is. Let's go.
Really old habits coming
Interact.
into play for players like
Whoop.
Sim. It's so true. And at the end of the day, they're really trying to play protect the
What is
president to
happening
let
here?
recoil last a little longer on the
it's
B
Val.
main swing as well. Getting smoked out so that GMD is left open on this on market. It starts to really restrict TSM, and that's what this Envy attack is going for. That's why you sent so much of a stack up mid, so that you could fight it out with whoever is going to try and condense on top of that smoke. It ended up being the 2-for-2 that turns into the full-blown B take that Envy can wildly go for now. They'll head back over here again via main, where TSM have a little more setup on the site this time. GMD holding it down on the lane, actually. Meanwhile, you got Vora ready for rotating wherever he needs to go. GMD is so confident. Lets the flash go by, knows that nobody's coming in, and he still holds his line of sight. Is able to get one out of it. This is basically full control here on the B site for Envy, but look out here, Recoil. He's been the man of the moment. He's not able to step up to this moment. Poppin does take him down. Sight's been taken. Kane Zera getting exposed. But hold on now. 7 around the corner.
Oh, man.
Big frag. And there is Ion getting pulled to his death. It is Round coming back towards the way it's
wow.
Really able to hold on to that from the backside. And granted, you do have a lot of pressure with that Annihilation and Bladestorm, for that matter, in tow. But even still, the last ability that TSM continue to project on site as GMD goes for the long game, heading around the back, taking the pot shots as he goes. Able to grab one as he fades out. And all you can really play from are those extremities and the site. But TSM holding down the ladder too effectively for the former to get really active. Finally seeing a bit of a switch up here for Envy. We almost never see these guys going over towards A early. Good reason. 7, he's been living over here over on this A side. Little Tejo is still here too. But Kane, he's got to scrap through. He's trying to find Sim. Sim's trying to find anything, but it's not going to be able to happen. Player over in the corner. My goodness! Oh my goodness! What was that reaction from 7? And 4 is here for the cleanup. One more remaining and he is gone. I need that angle right now. I don't know if it's possible. It's probably not possible. But that flick from 7 does everything there for TSM. And good thing, too, because by all accounts, the round was going pretty perfectly for Envy up until that point. Barrier Mesh placed at the perfect time after all the...
I don't even know who I'm rooting for here. Can you post that clip? Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I think I could do it from my desktop. Let me try it right now. Rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. I'm gonna rock you.
And keep them stable in it just a little bit longer. They have the Armageddon coming into this round too, so they can continue to play mega
Open
preventative.
stories.
You can see that effect here for Envy. Envy needing to spread out. They can't get cooped up with the Annihilation coming in from the Tejo, but Sim has that mid side, able to pick away one onto Aspire. Inspire, again, he has been annoying over towards that mid side, but almost never do we have that mid watch actually being able to find him. He returns to the mid side.
I don't know if you want to try and come in here, girl, or maybe I'm missing it.
Yes, the side is being taken here by Envy. But 7, he's still under right now. There goes the Annihilation. It just clears everyone into the back of sight. But what is this now? What is this now? Sim, he's scrambling a little bit. Don't do this. Okay, head scratcher for sure, but the round's far from over. GMD already on the front lines, looking for Poppin. Poppin showing ahead. His teammate is still a little bit far. Recoil can't trade for anything here. Poppin gonna go for a dart. GMD, he hasn't been recovered yet. He hasn't been spotted. Swap out here for the solo alongside Kane. Kane, he's gonna get taken down by Recoil. One-on-one clean. Shotgun comes in. The shorty does it for Recoil. And the impact man does it again. Recoil, far from the flashiest stats, but it has the flashiest plays so far. Just the chutzpah that Envy continues to
Hey, Ozzy, what's going on, brother? You having a nice day so far?
It was a pitiful
Poppin's a pro? How long has he been playing comp? Yo, what's up?
So
Ozzy, welcome. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Are you talking about like Papa Twin here on the team?
And then somehow, some way, Eggster...
So this is the second tier 2 or whatever, so I don't have all the details for each of them. But hey, welcome. Wait, give you some background. I'm a financial advisor. I've been a certified financial planner professional for since 2014. So I quit my job to help everybody with their finances, man. So if you have any questions or anything, I'd love to talk about it.
On their side composition-wise, so this will still be an uphill battle for TSM.
You might already know that stuff, and I apologize.
First battle here for TSM in this half. Sim versus his twin Kane. Kane towards Cat, not able to find the pick, but again, TSM way too spread apart right now for them to really be much of an info grab here for Envy. And
trying to figure out how to post something to my stories on Twitch.
I mean, there's not much info grab to really be had. You're playing with a double duelist, playing with double spear, basically just roaming the map. So Envy just really relying on these individuals, and the individual who has been the absolute...
Yo, no way Eggster gets that?
Gets shut down immediately, but good stuff from Eggster. Able to pick up one with some more damage onto another. 7 is extremely low. Huge picks coming on to Ion. Ion was getting picked behind the smoke. Eggster, do they know where he is? 7. Still on the look, though. Does not matter. Inspire and pop in the last.
That's a GG's round. That's very kind of you. How many questions we're going to find right now, but I'm sure reach out. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And really, I'm trying to have a cultural movement. So it's more about people understanding that it's available to them.
World on his shoulders to let Inspire come in clean. See if he can get anything done in the meantime. Recon Bolt in his hands. Inspire has found recoil. Lacking here, but no one else from TSM will be far too much on Poppin's plate on site. It'll be the 1v3 with very minimal time.
Woo!
Inspire can't lock down the first shot, and so he will take his last shortly after. TSM overwhelm and conquer to open the pistol round.
A great attempt there from MB. I mean, if the man on site wasn't getting pinged through smoke, I mean, that's everything. It had to be someone coming out of main to get that kill.
Yo, Ozzy, thank you for the follow. Yo, were you looking for Valorant watch parties here?
7. But otherwise, again, Envy.
Or was there something else in particular?
They're relying on some of these individuals, at least in that last round. It is just the pistol round. We can't make too many sweeping commendations. But again, this is sort of signs of things here for Envy. Signs of what their util actually has for them to work with. Again, you need the bodies, you need the eyes to catch your opponents. You only have a dart alongside a drone for the info grab for this side. So at TSM, yes. Even though you are looking at a camera on the other side for Envy, again, that is static. Nothing free-flowing for this team, and TSM seems to be pretty mobile right now. Seems like the information is going to be scattered, to say the least.
Yeah, they can move house.
I will need to check this after the round. No, I'd reinstalled this app for a Breaking Bad actor that was going to stream on here. Oh, okay. Working out kinks for the stream, so in the meantime I was looking for random streamers with a face cam. You're the first person I came across? Let's go! Was I on the front page or anything? Like, that's kind of wild, man. I'm very happy you're here. That's a pretty cool story on Kick. I really haven't had any traction.
Ravnet's going to cover him as well, so it's got to be as committal as can be. Recoil can't knock him. On the reload, he's got time, but 7
Woo!
shuts it down, and CSM have got sight.
Okay. Bora. Okay, cool. Good.
Man, if it wasn't for that grab net, no, scroll directly to the bottom. This side is horrible for recommending low-view streamers. I think they all are, man. I think they all are. It's really tough, but I hope to get my stuff there. Ozzy, if you want to see what I'm about, if you want a little bit of extra insight, I released a YouTube video last week that I'm real excited about. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, man. It's like 16 minutes, though. It's like a real video, my first real video. But it's me talking to people on the streets about their money. Watch this. I will pin this message. Please watch my new video. That's not it.
When it comes to Eggster, he's really got to be the interceptor, the one to give these pushes from TSM a big old bear hug and enough time and frags in the meantime to let the rest of Envy come knocking and respond in kind. Proper setup here in Wine for that to happen, at least on the A swing. But TSM the more
Same alias? Yes, I just did it there. And then can I pin this? Nice, pinned, okay. It's my first time pinning on... Oh, okay, it just assumes a permanent pin. There we go. So you'll see me, full body me, if that makes sense. Alright, let's put that on Twitch as well.
This is interesting here.
Put it on Twitch.
Barely show an eye over towards B, but Envy, look how hard they bit onto it. 3 players over towards that B site, stopping power here on A.
I appreciate it, Ozzy. It is the for free advice guy, which is, I feel like my life's dream. This video is sort of like the culmination and being able to show people what I really mean, man. I want to just help people with their money.
They've confirmed the 2 here. Sim still going to step on. It's the setup that's got to work, and Exeter holding close for 1. Sim steps on and deals with Ion quite swiftly, but Kane's-Zera already here to react, and you know he's going to fight at least a little bit. Finds Vora and then is able to...
I like that swing. I like that swing.
He needed that. He needed all of that. Beautiful play from Kane, equalizing it down to a 3-on-3 with that one play, giving his team a chance now. Poppin with the drone. No, he doesn't check his back. He is going to be able to spot the one behind him, but it doesn't matter for now. Sim able to take away Kane. Inspire, they know at least that one of these players back over towards Cat, and unfortunately the double pop through the smoke just was not going to happen.
No, deleted. Deleted. Deleted.
Envy.
I'm gonna rock you. Rock about, baby, don't you cry.
In this next round, after this, if they're able to take things cleanly, only 2 rounds away from going to playoffs.
The snowball is already really starting to roll here, and Envy, this could come out to be their weakest map so far this year. If TSM is able to get away with rolling it all the way down the hill before another round is picked up. And TSM, to their credit, they are adjusting their play style to react to Envy extremely effectively at the moment, getting just ahead of those angles, getting just ahead of those timings that Envy is prepared to go for. It is a very admirable response time from them every single time. And Envy, while they've still had players in the right spots and good reaction positions, and
you can only upload from mobile.
Continue to kill. TSM have enough to get over the line, and will definitely still this round. It'll be a hell of a climb that Envy want to at least scrap some money away from as they go this round to make these last couple rounds of regulation as stomachable as possible on the defense.
And we have to keep paying attention to the duelists here. These 2 players were so pivotal for this map going well for this team in the past. Kane's-Zera, Exeter. They are going to be able to find some sort of early interaction back over towards A-main, but there's not going to be much to talk about here for TSM. This is the most disconnected that we've seen TSM from the choke points so far in this half.
They are waiting for a push. They are waiting for a push. Hey, Ozzy, I hope I didn't totally kill your vibe, man. You come in to say hi, and I'm like, hey, will you watch my video? I'm really sorry for that, man. You should. I should have had to get you to know me and all that sort of stuff before asking you to do anything. But I appreciate you coming in here, and if you take any time to watch my video, that's truly appreciated, man, for real.
More or less how you wanted to see Envy play throughout this whole half. But TSM to find some early info onto these guys and still be able to pick away.
All right, Black Ops. Hey, I appreciate that, Ozzy. You never know, man. The internet is a tough spot.
How much more extra credit can we get here for Envy on these pistols?
A lot dumped onto him early on, and they'll still spray through the smoke for it. Kane even still takes the fight almost by himself, and now the rest of Envy here to play on top of it, and Poppin will get one for himself as well. The sprays are still good for TSM to keep 2 rifles on the board, but guess what? Envy just might now have 2 as well, as TSM have to change course and barrel to the weaker side, which is B, but Inspire still holding, and no doubt it'll have to get checked here by 7 at least. No.
Yeah!
And that's an easy one. Inspire 1v1.
Let's go, Envy! We're having a game, baby. We're having a game, baby.
Whatever they said in the timeout, it worked.
Let's go. Getting a thrifty is such a game changer.
A little bit of the switch up that we were looking for there for Envy to say
Yeah,
the
dig that, dig that. Let's make it a game, baby. Let's make it a game.
Picks himself 2 frags to start off the round. TSM can't do anything about the fiery fraggers that this Envy team has. If they're actually picking up the early frags, if they are winning those early duels, Envy is an unstoppable train at this point. TSM needs to do a lot to come back against this team in any round, apparently, even with the pistols. Here comes TSM. They aren't exactly running out on cash. They're going to have another buy after this, but Envy, pivotal round to keep themselves in this one as Exter starts it off right.
Yo, Kanzera. Kanzera, all right.
Like an operator, picks away at 1 in the mid side, 2-man advantage for Envy.
Just like that, the duelists are in their element again. Eggster capping off an eco by just flashing himself in solo and getting 1 for free, now planting himself. Kanzera doesn't even need the flash, steps out for his 2. Is all it took.
Drone going out.
To break that 1 soul reset. The way that Envy players have been talking, the way that they've been trying to sculpt their mental states going into these matches so that they don't lose that momentum, so that they don't gain too much of an ego. The signs are really starting to show, especially if this run continues, but TSM have crept all the way up mid by this point.
Taken out. This would be a big crack to try to pick at here for TSM if we're able to get the pick here on popping, but it's not going to happen.
Dude, it'd be so good for their eco to just get a nice little flawless here.
Vora alongside Exter potentially, but Vora is going to back up on this one. I was saying the
All
eco
right.
for TSM was still clean.
Eco was huge.
It's going to be shaky by at best here. 7 does need
10 seconds left.
this ruffle to be held up here. Everyone else does have the eco to work with, but that's a big one. Another huge W here for Envy. That is going to kind of evade almost the automatic round there for TSM to keep it at 11-5. We're at 10-7 now. Envy creeping.
Obviously not things that Envy players can get away with every round, I say, knowing they probably still can. But it's not like you're going to see Eggster and Kanzera do those same things. You're going to see them double back with their team. You're going to see them go for these better set plays and retake options, especially now that those ults are cycled back up again. When there's more in the tank, you will see Envy stop going for that scrappy fighting that they were known for as rankers as often.
7 has a skin that I've never seen before. I don't know if I like it. Ooh, I'm going to have to pay attention. Is it the Phantom?
So much more intelligent
Let's pay attention to it.
than the doubters want you to believe, and they always will be. TSM still 3 rounds up, still have the guns.
We got to find
to
it.
make this work, still have a lot of
You play a lot of Valorant, Ozzy?
Any which way, is it enough at this point?
Uh-oh, dude's dead.
There's the annihilation to take him away from that backside, spreads him to the front, but here comes Exter. Exter standing in the front of sight. Kanzera on an island, and it's all his.
Oh!
Take away 1. Surely a second one is coming.
Nice, nice. Let's go. We got a game.
All of them. 8-10, still going towards the way of TSM, but Envy have found life here on the defensive side, finally winning some rounds.
Really?
They went 3 in a row.
Are you mostly a kick streamer?
We're on the verge of saying that this map would be a new low, not just for Envy, but for Kanzera.
Or do you stream at all?
And within 3 rounds here once again.
But if you
it's
make
just a
videos
top
on
flag
it,
for the team.
I'd be happy to take a look, man.
Completely capable of handling everything TSM had to throw there.
Oh man, they've been dominating without an op. Now they have an op.
Well, terrifying to walk into, but to stick around for, not nearly as tough. If you're not moving on those vines, it's not very difficult. And Kane and Eggster had no intention of leaving.
Have you gotten into Rivals at all, Ozzy? I've been playing more Rivals lately.
These 2, they need to be the double prongs for Envy. They need to be the linchpins for Envy.
Yo, I love that
utility is set up.
trip right there. What?
You can still rely on that utility, but the way that TSM has been playing, the way
I used to stream on Twitch, but my internet at this place is too bad to stream. Yikes.
in the early round, they need the early
Okay.
interactions.
So you're mostly a content creator?
They found it in the last round. This one now, Envy. They don't look comfortable here in this B side. It's going to be a smoke, potentially in the face.
Yeah,
of
time to
Kane.
get out, dog.
Kane, though,
It's Steel Garden that nets TSM the whole of the site, and they'll continue to try to play keep away with the help of this.
This is
barrier.
actually very winnable.
Sim cannot get active with the Blade Storm just yet, though, and so TSM have to play for the fight that Envy know that they have every intention of starting.
is going to step up, but here comes Exter. Exter coming in with the ulti, and Seven's gonna be taken down by Kane. The front of side has been taken up, but here comes in the back. Recoil is gonna be the insurance option. GMT holding onto it until they can get there, and Recoil is here. Recoil takes away Poppin. Exter still trying to poke away at sight, and it is gonna be the kill from Exter.
Yo!
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Dude. Ion, how did he get two there?
Run it back, please.
Yeah, come on. See, this is my only issue with the way they do the games. Like, you knew where the action was going to be. You could see Omen going into two people. Why did the crowd or the camera not immediately flip to that? Million content creators. All right, hold on. I'm going to pull on this break. I'm going to pull your account up.
He's always a little bit ahead of you.
They not like us. Do you have... I don't even know the best way to find your channel. Let me see here.
A really clean retake like that. That was just so tremendous. Dimensional drift into the up dry swing by Kane alone. That speaks to how these two duelists continue to be leveled up in the tail end of this map. But then,
oh man, you don't have links on your thingy.
Corner space in B lane that has to get re-cleared, and Envy, they're reset for a moment. They're stunted, and all too often that has led to their full demise. And then they reset. Then they get that.
All right, hit me with your YouTube or whatever, Ozzy. I'll go ahead and find it.
Comes up their way. Wow. Talk to me, so nice.
Oh, sweet nothings. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Envy. Making this 3-0 matchup exactly what it needs to be. Thin margins between these two teams. These two teams went at it in the 3-0 match in the last stage. Not a lot, you could say, separates these two teams, but Envy showing some levels of maturity. Here comes TSM. Another attempt with the rifles. Envy disconnected from this A site. No coverage back over towards Tree. This is realistically going to be the first time where TSM has less surprises on this A site. The real surprise here is going to be in the hands of Inspire. How many pings can he get? Where's the spray going to come in for Ion?
Yo!
Sim step on first. Not caught, except by the trap. Inspire opens for one from hell. And Envy, they're here for the full-blown fight. They are here to fully play. And it's just...
Yo!
You just need a...
My man just right-clicked into the smoke and got it. Nobody had the same username on all platforms. All right, let's take a look.
Rounds out from first seed in the playoffs. Are you not entertained?
Arms wide open.
Is 726 your birthday?
TSM have now been grinded into the dust now. They have nothing in their wallets to be able to buy with. And this one, again, you gotta give it up to Envy and that communication. Yes, it might have been a little bit of an early call, but that rotation comes in so strong for Envy. TSM, no chance. As things got even more chaotic there on site.
Hey, you got a couple of these to go over 2,000 views, man.
They have 4 players coming up that mid side. Inspire. Cheeky setup for the camp. Gonna set up a cage in front of him for that information for him to start spraying through if there is anyone. Here's one. He's not going for it just yet. He's going for the 50-50 with the cage. You still have one here on site, and Ion.
Oh, the timing, bro.
Cypher coming out for the rest of the team, but hold on now. Sim able to get himself one. This is gonna be huge for Kane alongside Poppin. Off comes out. No shot.
No way. No way. This is how they lose the streak, man.
Poppin. 1-on-3. Might be known here. He drops in. Actually gets the kill onto one.
Man.
So sharp again on
man.
And of all rounds for TSM to take.
All right. Anyway. All right, let's check it out. Now we're going to look at your TikTok. Wait, so you said across everything, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. All right, let's do Twitch next.
Cages in the tree take that TSM goes for a little early. Tries to once again slow this attacking team down so that Envy can fully rotate on top of it. But
okay. It says you have a schedule, but you will not be streaming from 8 to 12.
TSMs, they're able to ride with it, cruise with it.
No. Whoa.
Over the line to help them across the
Hey, you did play Rivals 14 days ago.
Another sign of life here in the last map of the match, the last map for one of these teams in the Swiss stage.
Not for any bad reasons, by the way. It's for good reasons.
Right, for good reasons, for good reasons.
Exter. We have not seen anyone in wine. At least he's whining and dining us first before giving us
Right, he is taking us out
surprise.
to dinner first, actually.
Yeah, no, literally. Thanks, Exter. Appreciate that. Feel comfortable now.
Yo, he's out of dimensional drifts.
Now?
Yeah. Give us a show, buddy.
Yo!
There you go. Exter. There's the spark plug.
Big.
Alright,
Okay.
Well, we'll just take over wine while we can, but rest of Envy is here for the show now. It doesn't have to be Exter. In fact, I don't know if it can be with that grab net tossed by 7. Aggression back onto him actually is well met. Huge amount of damage done. TSM second guessing as they have to push through the smoke at this point. It's do or die. 30 seconds on the clock.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is everything here for Envy. Envy. So much damage done.
Woo!
And no ultimates expended.
Hey, you don't have to lock in, or you don't have to type too much, brother. I appreciate you showing up at all.
Very clear cut at that point.
I gotta say.
But I mean, it's
Anytime
the
somebody shows up,
execution
it's just
round,
nice, you
surely.
know?
After all that stall, all that spray, all that cheese,
All that hype.
that rat gets out scot-free, and we get the whole Envy here for the rest of the game.
Yo, look at these views, Ozzy.
The clock has fully run its course. TSM ran out of options.
Got one of almost 9,000, bro. None of my clips. I have like one clip that's gone over 1,000 on TikTok, man. TikTok is a hard nut to crack, bro. Ooh, I'll check it. I'll check it, Baduka.
It's a semblance of a buy here, but what is this from Kane? Kane looking for one, and is gonna
Hey! You gotta show me what's inside. You gotta show me what's inside, brother.
No doubt in my mind. And now once again, TSM forced to press on it, this time way earlier.
Yeah.
So you've got
Oh.
GMD on his
I
own
like that.
for now.
I like that. Wow, that's like the base
And he can
gift now for starting. That's good.
He can't really
That's
expect him
good.
to turn around after all of this noise.
I dig that, Baduka. I'm pumped, man.
Tree hold. He'll hear those steps taken by Kane. He hears that TP set up. He's got to stick around. Poppin proactive with the Hunter's Fury. Kane Zera proactive with the op shot, and now it's just that B push.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The smokes here on
I dig it,
Stockmarket.
Baduka.
Omen came in from Cat. It could be a fake here, but these players don't care. Vora tries to make it possible, but
Okay. Okay.
10 to 5.
Dude, Ozzy, the social media game is tough, bro.
Going their way.
But like my newest TikToks, and actually my newest YouTube, my newest everything, are doing these on TikTok. You can do a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a battle or whatever.
Again, it's just a whiff of a buy here. They do have a couple of rifles, but it's not the rifles you want. TSM, this is it if they do want that first seed.
Once again, on the precipice of holding on to this map, TSM has got to do it.
Yes, I do, Baduka. Yes, I do. I checked it for a couple of days, but I haven't since.
Holding this sheriff on the cat. TSM seeing if anybody
Are we fire? Is it like $2 now or what?
No noise just yet.
Give me one second. I need to shut this window. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Oh, yeah.
Early on, it's a huge utility getting burned. At least they're able to make their way into tree. They still don't know about tree itself, though. Kane. Huge
Stand your ground.
TSM down to 4, but that is a massive pick from Sim. This is all Inspire.
Yeah.
Nobody else here on A site. TSM have given themselves
I
a
like it,
chance.
brother.
Exter, he's been holding on to this ulti forever now, and now he's able to use it. Bursting his way into sight, trying to make his way into the back lines. He's going over towards main. He spots recoil. Kane at the same time with a big pick. Here goes the battle. Exter somehow beats our recoil, and Kane comes in flying.
Yo!
It is all Envy.
Kane Zera, tired at this point. immovable object on the operator in these concluding rounds of Ascent defense.
What a comeback.
Nothing else was the same for Envy.
Was it 7-5 at half?
Had answers for seemingly every play, every trade, every hold. They had to rethink, they had to double down, they had to double back, they really had to dig deep, but they will.
Yo, no way, Baduka.
Two
Man, I got friends. I've tried to show them this. They could care less.
Dominant Lotus.
They could
Gets
care
Envy
less.
to a 4-0 record for the second straight time in the Swiss here in North American Challengers. Absolutely unbelievable.
Unreal. The org buff is real here in Challengers at this point. Landor yesterday taking down the champions of last stage in Shopify, and today we get the
Yo, what's up, Soft?
the brand newly
Wait, Upmind? Is this that same dude? Did he lose weight?
the newly minted? There you go. Word.
Yeah, you got
Betting on Oxy. Now he's C9, right?
Newly minted champions and newly
I feel like
minted-
Upmind lost weight. I could be making this up, but I totally feel like he lost weight.
They're all doing kind of well here for Envy. They come into this stage with.
I've never bet on
Didn't have
Valorant.
the playoff stage that they kind of wanted.
I do have a friend who bets on MMA, and I'm always
This last game was pretty clean too.
intrigued by
At
it.
the very end of things, but it's not like TSM didn't put up
Is
that
Golden
fight.
Boy?
They have the ability of a team.
I don't know.
Should have went 4-0, and the margins were this close once again. So let's
Like
let's
Golden
test
Boy
ourselves another
boxing,
game.
or is it something
We'll
else?
get to, guys, and an interview coming up. So please stay tuned, stay locked.
Oh. Let's see. Golden Boy Caster. Let's see who he is. Sounds familiar. Golden Boy Valorant Caster. Oh, yeah, Golden Boy. I didn't realize his name was Golden Boy. Yes, he's absolutely still around. Absolutely, yep. He does the bigger events. We're watching today is Tier 2. Tier 2, not as exciting. Tomorrow, this is just a precursor to tomorrow, Baduka. Because tomorrow, it begins. If you're a Sentinels fan, prepare for disappointment. No, I'm just kidding. But you will have high stress. But it's a crazy how different it is if you were the first 2 seeds as opposed to the not first 2 seeds. Yo, no way. Wow. I think my friend on his biggest night made like $2,000 betting on MMA, but that's so rare. He hit like every single bet he had that night, including a 5-fight parlay. Like, that's not... I probably shouldn't even be talking about that sort of stuff there, but it's real. That's what he did. I do not recommend gambling. My advice is do not gamble. They are playing Cloud9, baby, with your boy, Oxy. It's going to be big. I hope they're fired up tomorrow, man. Oh, yeah. And then MIBR and 100 Thieves. So I will not be... Oh, wait. These are East or Central time, I think. Right? 1 day and 1 hour. So it says 5 o'clock. Yep. Central time. So it'll be 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Those are like... I can do the MIBR 100 Thieves game 100%, but like, dude, a 5 o'clock start time is just... Well, dude, if and when they win, they run into G2 in the next game. Like, it's wild, man. Oh, yeah. My boy Soft, I guess our boy Soft now, has been on the narrate thing for, I don't know if it's been a full year now since we talked about it, but Soft told me in the off, G2 owns everybody. Soft told me in the off season that Sentinel should get narrate. And then I'm seeing these rumors about this guy, that he's possibly going to the Sentinels, and then it happens. I'm like, yeah. Soft's a savant.
All these people would really like to give up and they don't really have that drive.
The expectation should be to win first place.
Get them to Ascent. We kind of just threw at the end.
Yeah, MAD, we're winning 5 versus 3.
Look how quick this one.
Oh!
And congratulations.
So, to be fair, they haven't played the Sentinels since February. But they beat them 2-0 and then 3-2 back in February during the kickoff. Man. Yeah. What a call, Baduka.
Locking it down and taking the map, I feel like is the perfect way to put it, because you see how TSM, they start off, they have that lead, and then it's like, what, 10 to... I'm not going to do the quick math.
Yo, why can't I be Roy?
Something. And then we've got like 8 rounds nearly in a row, aside from the one that gains TSM that 11th one. And it was just full momentum for Envy in that second half to take this one home.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got everything in this match, right? We had
there comes a point in time you care about nothing but winning.
Going up to 10 to 5, and then Envy bringing it back.
Dude, it would be amazing if I could be Roy. I need to, and it's really tough to do, but I need to create clips of me doing these watch parties and work my way up in this world. Yo, thank you, Baduka. I just don't know how, right? They take it? Like right there, I was like, oh! Because that right there was insane. Dude, Kane Zera was like, yeah, we're winning. We are not losing. And if we lose, it won't be because of me. And we never saw a replay of when Ion got the 2K on lane. It was a huge huge round, and we didn't even get a replay on it, bro.
Not even just when they're going for that extremity control.
Oh yeah.
Up on defense.
So my main issue right now is not being, I don't know how to describe it fully here. Like if I were to actually be an official Twitch partner, I would not be streaming on YouTube, X, or Kick. It would be 100% Twitch, and I'd have nothing else up.
But it was just really nicely done here on the side of Envy for TSM on the attacking side. It felt like they were having a lot of trouble breaking up some of those setups, re-clearing those extremities that Kane Zera was posted up on.
I mean, talking about Kane Zera, this, like, just nuts. I mean, it's what we've been talking about the entire series, but when you talk about an Envy where maybe go away from the goofy but get serious, that doesn't diminish the confidence at all, and I think that's something that we really have known to love with this Envy.
Dang, you want to hear a crazy stat? It was only 66 years from the first flight to landing on the moon. That's kind of wild to think about.
Yeah, he's unwavering. He's relentless. He's constantly in your face. He's judging you. He's Odining you. He's shorting you in smoke, even though it's a full gun round. He's opping you on the third map. Like, quite literally, this guy brings everything to the table for this team. The level of consistency that he brings is honestly it might need to be studied low key. Like 208 ADR for the qualifying match. He top fragged all 3 maps. It really felt like there were just so few moments where he made mistakes, and ultimately, as long as he was alive, he was finding a ton of value.
Yeah, and you're talking about him being alive, and I feel like there are very rarely moments where he isn't on the server after those first engagements.
Dude, the amount of technology gained is crazy to go like rockets, and I mean 66 years is a long time. That was like during the where humans were like, look what technology we just found out. What else can we find?
With those opening duels and his survivability afterwards, because his team is also so good with the follow-up as well. Their spacing is always great when they go for those engagements. And if you see Kane Zera dead, it's usually because, you know, he's doing a little bit of control and a little bit of overheating later in the round. I'm gonna call it the way I see it. And I don't mean that with any disrespect, but you see them in like a 5v1 situation. He's hopping up in there at the shorty. And that's the big part. You can see it in this clip right now. It's just like the fun that he's able to continue to have, which I think does so much for this team.
I mean, I think that just links it back to the confidence as well, and that getting your base mentality that he has just throws the other team off sometimes, and it's been really, really nice for the team. So yet again, congratulations to Envy for the undefeated. And now, none other than popping on the line for the post-match interview to talk a little bit more about Envy, the team's success, everything else. Congratulations on the win. Yet again, undefeated in Swiss stage for the playoffs. How does it feel?
You know, it feels really good. I think that showing up 2 stages in a row just shows consistency, and I think it means a lot to get 4-0 twice in the Swiss stages. Last stage, you know, we started off strong. When we got to playoffs,
Poppin'.
so well.
This is Ozzy's boy.
Kind of started to show in the Swiss stage of last time, but this time I feel a lot more confident because number 1, we've had like a lot more time to work on just the team in general, and number 2, I can really feel like everybody on our team, they're grinding, they're all putting in the time and really trying to win. And that isn't.
Hey, Soft. Yeah, Paducah, if you're here, I'm wondering your thoughts because the TikTok live streaming thing picks up a lot of steam and momentum with the talking and stuff. Like last night, I got 11 followers doing it. The night before, I got like 10 or 11 followers doing it. And I want to make that like a thing. But I know it's not necessarily the best experience for when I'm streaming here. Like I'm not streaming on TikTok now. How do you think I could and should integrate TikTok live streaming with the tablet compared to this? Because I don't even think it's worth it to stream on the
I think that
on the desktop, really.
The main thing that we are working on is just like being together like a pack. When we entry on sites, like sometimes it's really good and one person just goes in and kills everyone. Kane Zura just goes in, kills everyone. But other times, like if you
my man's, look at all those supplements on my man's shelf right there. That guy, he just needs to eat some steak.
I think has gotten a lot better, but we can still improve on for sure. And on split, I think we saw that a lot where Kane was going in, maybe there's like a Vise wall or something that blocks us off. And we kind of just got to be like more groups, just touching each other, literally going in there.
Oh, makes a lot of sense. And I want to talk a little bit about this third map in the series. Talk about Ascent, because it was one where TSM got this early lead on you guys. They win the pistol. They're stringing a couple rounds together. And then we saw it.
Yeah, whiteboard's coming. Whiteboard's coming.
That's always going to help.
Wait, so you thinking I should do TikTok followers up here too? I wonder how much those big whiteboards are. Let's see. Whiteboard. I'm going to do big whiteboard with wheels. All right. So Wayfair, rolling whiteboard. Oh, we got one from Walmart and Amazon. Let's see.
Nobody ever gets like quote unquote emo that like people say. No one ever stops calming or anything when we're losing.
Man, $200 for a 6x4.
Just keep the same. We keep the same energy. Maybe even make it better. Like get more.
Hanging right behind you. You have such a huge canvas, dude. I do.
But in that game, honestly.
Yeah. I have multiple things. I probably need to change my angle too. I'm thinking about doing a full 90-degree rotation. So this is my background. I just got to figure it out. I got to figure it out. I don't like anything about how this room is set up.
Last but not least, because I know this was a long series, but now that you've qualified into the playoffs, you talked about how, you know, the team, you're definitely putting in a lot more work. Is there anything else too that's going to change? Now
Man, that's a $200 board.
Like to maybe prepare behind the scenes to be ready for playoffs this time around.
This one is crazy.
I don't think we're going to change much. The one thing that we might change is just like try and spam more practice.
Yeah, dude, poppin'.
A little bit of a small break.
He went from a meme to a dream, baby.
I think that having a month off is like it's a good and bad at the same time, right? We have a month
wow,
off
this one is crazy expensive. $300.
Match experience is the most important. Like you can scrim as many times as you want. When you get in a match, it's like a different feeling. And it's a different experience, so it's kind of like I just said, it's like double-sided.
I feel like I would need to do. I did not know whiteboards. Dude, I didn't either. Thought they were cheap.
Definitely do better. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna do better in playoffs here, and we're gonna
yeah, that's a good idea. Find one on
Looking forward to it. What you've done
offer up or something.
Stage 1 is stage 2 has been really impressive. Poppin', congratulations on the win and the qualification.
This one's $100 for 6x3.5. That was not bad.
Yeah. I mean, a team qualified for playoffs. Great stuff there. And we still have more Valorant for today. It's going to be M80 going up against YFP.
So do you think I should do follows or just subs, Paducah? What do you think? I say in the early stage you do follows, but later on. All right, just do subs. I dig that.
A real short break, just like I told you guys. Welcome back, everyone, to Valorant Challengers North America. If you're just tuning in now, you missed an absolute banger of a series with Envy going 4-0 to secure the first spot in the playoffs. And
Wait, hold on. Why is this still?
yes,
I just realized
but
this.
we do have two teams that are getting closer and closer. Roy, up next.
Then
we have
flourish it
M80 versus
with your subs
YFB.
later. All right.
And this one should also be a lot of fun for these teams.
Very true. Very true.
It'll be a lot of
And I
fun
can put it on all of them.
Fun for us on the desk and a lot of fun for the viewers, definitely. These are 2-1 teams, right? That's their record. They've taken one loss. Both of these teams are slowly finding their footing after making roster changes, right? A lot more on the M80 side with the addition of Chet and Victor. And of course,
I like that, baby.
M80 player now on the YFP roster. We have a little bit of that going on in here. But yeah, these teams are improving every single week. We were seeing their growth. We're seeing a lot of that sort of awkward like adjustment periods happening when you're bringing in a new coach, you're bringing in.
Yo, what channel is Cube versus QR on?
Seeing these teams level up, we're seeing everyone settle in and getting more comfortable, and it's going to be a very exciting match for sure.
Yeah, and let's pull up that M80 roster as we talk about it a little bit more.
People will dig that and
going
stay
into stage 2,
because they get like,
saw some
let me
teams
close
switch
this.
things up.
Let me
M80
do
though,
this.
Ash, wasn't
No.
one that I necessarily anticipated, especially considering Swiss Stage 1 was already all over the place with Tato's arrival, right? But now we have Victor here, we have a new coach in. But
I really dig that, Baduka.
This squad, because 2-1 still pretty impressive for the team.
2-1 is still very impressive for the team. I think you look at the changes that were made and you expect, okay, this in theory puts a lot of pressure on M80 to look even better. And it doesn't feel like there has been like that crazy level up from stage 1 or anything like that. We saw them with their opening match during round 1. They end up falling 1-2 up against, the new and improved Ambrosia. And they are 2-1 right now, but that series up against Trust and Plug was quite close as well. For Burger Boys, they had a dominant showing on Split, but things were also close on Lotus. I am looking forward to seeing this team, I think, settle in, because the roles is what I'm really looking at for those changes.
That's true, Soft. But you're cool not getting any recognition for anything ever. You're a different kind of breed, Soft.
He was.
If I built my whole thing around you, I'd have an awesome community, but no one would talk. I guess that's not true. But you and I have become like friends, so like we can talk like this now. But like early on, you didn't really talk much,
And I think we've seen M80 get more comfortable because of it.
Yeah, and I think when you look at this roster,
Ooh.
this is a powerhouse roster, right? But they haven't really looked peak yet. I mean, luckily for them, it is a marathon, right? Like they're sitting nicely at 2-1 right now in this split. They finished second last split. Like in terms of overall, they're in the marathon. It's not a sprint for them. There's no pressure, like insane pressure. But obviously, they just need a little bit more time. It's not easy to make these types of changes. There's definitely an adjustment period happening. But I think at some point in this year, we are going to be having the conversation of M80 being the best team in the league. Are they here today? I'm not 100% sure, but we're definitely going to find out.
I mean, let's talk about one of the consistent pillars of the team and why M80 has, one of the reasons that this M80 squad has been so successful with their winning matches.
All right,
at least in my
I'll do it,
opinion.
Baduka. I dig that.
Because Oki was somebody that
So, all right, I'm trying to raise awareness. Sorry, I want that in the title somewhere. But I also want
stage 1 and has continued to impress since then, no matter.
but then I also want to put that.
I think that's the big shout.
I don't know. I'm an overthinker, man, if you can't tell.
And being able to adjust to the comforts of like the rest of the team. With Oki, you're talking about how the odds are stacked up against him with these role swaps, but he makes it look so seamless, and that is not something that's easy to do. It is incredibly difficult to be changing role for role, and he does not have the performance drop off when he's going from, duelist to initiator, mainly playing that Tejo, and then now slotting most often onto that Omen here for the squad. It adds so much depth and many more options, I feel like, for the likes of M80 to find places where the
Ooh, and then instead of just doing 20 at one time, I can do 20 at different times during the stream to celebrate it.
Again, and Roy,
See, I'm not good at this stuff, Paducah.
players, and anytime that I get
I
to
am
sit
not
down
good
and
at this
watch a
stuff.
Sato match, I am happy. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, but peak Sato is peak.
Definitely. I remember in Split 1 when we would always say, oh, Saddle is going to settle in. He's going to step up soon and right. And it's like every single match we were saying that, and he wasn't having the greatest performances. But this superstar that we've been waiting for has definitely been here for several matches now. Like, he's finally stepped up. He is the hard carry of this roster. He's been looking great. His Yoru has developed significantly. He seems like a lot of like the little holes that were maybe missing, the little flaws that were showing in his gameplay and how he plays within this team, that seems to be far behind us now, and he's most certainly an absolute force in the server.
Yeah, it's been really so nice to see him playing here in North America for Challengers, and like, yeah, this kid's just an absolute beast. So I am really, really excited when we're looking at M80. That is.
Wait, the NBA playoffs? Oh, I guess it is 4 o'clock. Yeah, 6 o'clock there.
How the rest of the team's able to set him
All right, Paducah, have a good one, brother.
This will be a lot of fun.
Thank you for stopping by.
I mean, there's definitely going to be a team that's looking to shut him down. YFP here, Roy. This is a stacked team through and through.
Look, guys, I know they didn't qualify for playoffs last play, but I swear YFP is a sleeper pick. They're definitely a force. They're scary, okay? And I feel like at any point in time, this roster is going to click fully, and we're going to be seeing completely new heights for this roster, and everyone's opinions are going to change. Because when you look at this, they definitely have what it takes. They have the experience, they have the brains, they have the aim, they have what they need. It's just a matter of how are they meshing, how are they feeling, and what type of game are they bringing.
Yeah, and it's hard because with this team, I mean, I feel like I've been trying to back YFP on my predictions like pretty consistently, and it's because of all of the reasons that Roy just listed here. And it feels like they are just so inconsistent at times, though, where we've seen some of the highs where they do find that rhythm together. They look, clinical sometimes on maps, but then there are other times where it just doesn't feel like they're clicking, and I'm really curious to see like kind of what's missing in that regard, and if that's something that we can see YFP solve now, because you really need to, we're halfway through the regular season. This is now or never as far as stepping it up to make playoffs.
100%. But I definitely think with the talent on this team, it is a team that is capable of stepping up. Even if we have seen those inconsistencies, I'm looking to maybe have that ironed out just a little bit more today. And there's a lot of people that I'm looking at for that. But wanted to look at Penny first off, because we want to compare, Penny to this other team. But Penny, too, has been somebody that, Ash, if we are looking for YFP to start stepping up, Penny's somebody that can deliver.
Oh, absolutely. Penny, I feel like he was always a great duelist, but it felt like sometime around the end of last stage, he started to look really electric in the server and has only gotten more consistent and more explosive since then. I feel like what I really love to see Penny on is the Neon in particular. I feel like he's such a menace. You can see it in some of these Lotus clips here, is the way that he's going for a lot of that extremity control with the operator on this map. He'll kind of juggle between like playing these safer positions in tree versus playing a lot more forward and aggressive over towards root. And it makes it really hard when he is specifically on this Neon for the opposition to kind of get a read on what areas of the map he's looking to control, and then afterwards his rotations I feel like are just so great for those repositions and whatnot, and it always keeps the opposition guessing.
And I think it's safe to say that he's most certainly the probably the most dynamic. Okay, he is the most dynamic duelist in the league. Okay,
Most dynamic? Yeah, that's bold.
Opposite of an overheater.
That's a bold statement.
Let's
see who is playing tonight.
Extends so much utility, and you never
Warriors,
know
Rockets.
where he is. He could be
Yeah.
aggressive off it,
Rockets
he could be
about to get
passive off it,
bounced.
off angles, he could be running you down.
Yo, Celtics and Magic are already on.
Every single style to perfection.
Hidden fact: the Magic are my second favorite NBA team.
The flashiness, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I love that shout because that contrast in style that you're talking about Penny playing for his life a little bit more. Sato is the opposite. It feels like he's very selfless with how he's kind of going for a lot of that aggression, and it's off of the utility that his team is throwing out there. But he's the type of player that's kind of throwing everything against the wall and it will give his life up to make that space for the team.
Yeah, this will be a really cool duelist head-to-head, especially with the little difference in play styles. So I'm excited to get into this. So map picks and bans up next on the list as we get just closer and closer to the series. And to start it off, everyone's favorite first map pick of the series, Roy, it's going to be YFP to Lotus.
Yep, and they're getting the defense side as well. I'm hoping to see something different because statistically speaking, YFP has actually looked pretty good on their defense side. They're one of probably the most consistent teams on that side, so I think they're very comfortable picking it. I'm hoping that, you know, we see a little bit of a difference in what we saw with Envy versus TSM, where the team gets swept on the defense side. But again, it is a very hard half, and I'm going to be looking towards Penny. I'm going to be looking towards the supportive utility and towards the controller as well to lock it down on the extremities for the map.
Yeah, dude, the Magic always have something tragic happen to them. Like going all the way back to the finals with Shaq and Penny. If Nick Anderson hits one free throw, they win game one. And I think we have a series. Instead, he misses all four. They choke. They get swept. Shaq leaves. Well, I think he left after the next season, but still.
That's where my eyes are drawn. I think that for YFP, they need to take Lotus for their best chance in this series. And otherwise, I think if you go to Split and M80 manage to take map 2, I think that's their best shot at taking it 2-0.
All right. Well, we're definitely close to getting into Lotus. Our agent select is actually ready, so we can do the classic caster stop yapping and just start getting into this game. Everyone's favorite, but means we don't have to kind of debate on what these teams can be bringing out, Roy. But at this point, too, with the Lotus, we kind of know what's kind of happening.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them play these matches recently. Making changes at this point in a pretty high-stake match would be a little bit troll, in my opinion. But ultimately, I think the meta that they stumble on is good. There's really no reason to make any changes. I'm looking towards Penny. I'm looking for the interaction between Neon and the Yoru, as well as the supportive utility coming out from B-Dog, right? The latest addition to their roster. And of course, I'm looking towards B-Dog to see if he's got a little bit of vengeance in his blood for the M80 situation. And I'm excited to see this match unfold.
Yeah, facing up against his old team there. I think something else that I have my eyes on as well is the fact that for M80, they've consistently been running this kind of double controller composition. So once YFP swap over to that attacking side and M80 are on the defense, I'm curious to see how they're going to look to set up a lot of those trap plays, because there will be a bit more of that freedom for Penny to get into those sites without having to worry about getting divided up by the enemy team too much compared to like the vices that we're used to seeing on Lotus.
Well, Lotus is ready, so it's time to start heading into things. All the storylines. We got the revenge arc with B-Dog. We got these teams trying to get closer to qualifications. I cannot wait. So let's not wait any longer and send it on over to Tenor and F5.
Thank you very much once again to the desk. We are back once again here on Lotus for our second time today. YFP alongside M80 on our screens. YFP, I mean, listen, I'm coming in from a time machine from about 2023. If you were to lay out a roster,
Hey, Soft, give me a couple of left-wing people that I could like just pull up and start replying to their
The only
tweets.
question on my mind is how? How are these guys not being the absolute best in challengers? How are these guys not far and away the best in this league? But we have plenty of new names, and that, of course, is for example here on M80, plenty of new names coming into challengers into this year, and they've done pretty good. And Sato, loved watching him.
I think you kind of qualify for like the Victorian child of Valorant esports right now. So showing you like M80's team and being like, these are the new best players in the region, it's a little bit of whiplash for you. But rest assured, M80 have proven their case, and will try to continue to do so on this attack on Lotus' side that I expect to be very much back and forth between two bombastic team compositions and, you know, just 5 stacks in general. But it's always going to be Sato to start things out, isn't it?
Of course. And Oki right behind him. This is going to be a theme, ain't it? Oki alongside Sato. Clearing up the first 3. Victor going down to 1, but here comes Bao. All the way on the other side, all the way over from mid. Being able to pick up 1. Jake not going to be able to do anything. Hello, M80. Beautiful way to introduce themselves going into this 2-1 round of the Swiss. But again, YFP, what I was saying earlier.
All right, so what are the chances in this game? Like, is this at all going to be a good game?
I have seen B-Dog, I have seen Jake, and the top 5 of ratings and the top 5 in top 3 of ADR and ACSs in challengers.
No,
I
that's
have
challengers.
seen this before, and I have seen it from
Wait,
multiple
challenge is what I'm
different
looking for,
times.
right? Yeah.
And again, this YFP team, it is a little bit discombobulating for me personally.
Wait, how do you watch Qbert? I want to watch Qbert. I don't care about this one. I want to watch Qbert and QOR.
That has looked probably the most
What
shaky.
channel is this on?
This is a massive opportunity for a team like
It's
YFP
not on
to
Twitch?
sneak their way into playoffs. But here comes
Is it for real not on Twitch?
YFP looking to do something, and it's just going to be
Okay,
a stat
I'll look
padding
for one. Like the
Sato
Krasensteins or whatever.
To Penny's credit, if anybody, he's definitely still.
I don't really care who I'm replying to. I just want to reply. But it's sometimes tough because they're
From the past.
irrational or emotional or whatever. You know what I mean?
Stiff, though, for
It's
the
tough.
remainder of these YFP players, all of which continue to be.
There's
gamers
no
and
way
fraggers and
that this is
players
not
who
on
play
Twitch.
for themselves and
Liga
play
Ace
so well.
Esports.
It's a matter of gelling that this team is still nailing down, despite their incredible debut as a team that wasn't on the YFP organization, but furious when they played up against 2G in Americas for that one matchup. Now, coming into this stage of challengers, there were a couple role issues to work out with the squad, but everybody's been adapting pretty well, and again, been willing to play a very active play style where they're willing to.
All right, that was wild. That was a lot of things going on right there.
Even when they're going for those full-blown wars. So far, though, has not gone their way. M80 has handily won the pistol in the follow-up. Now IFP trying to gain that easy map
Dude,
control in the bonus.
there's no way that this is only on.
lore regarding Thief. You know, I was the first one to actually pick up Thief for an organization. And not only that, this is back in like 2017. Thief, he's been a young man in my mind for a long time, and unfortunately, somebody even younger than him that has even younger eyes is able to take him away. There goes the kill from Oki. On to
It is. It's just on YouTube. That's crazy, bro.
Stellar is able to get the kill onto Oki. For the spike being taken down, this one's become even now. YFP, they've cooped themselves up into the back of sight, into the back of their own spawn, but M80, they're slowly getting squished out here. Is there going to be alert coming around? Is the Viper going to come in on time over towards B? They've at least taken up the advantage. Jake, he's not going to go back into B either. He's going to go into C, and that's going to allow for the rotation.
Tight window to do this, and Sato's going to pay. Tries to re-peek it. Jakey quickly pushes that, and so that'll actually fully motivate M80 to go all the way back over to A site. Get a real full-blown reset. That'll have Bao and Victor set up here in CT, but only one member of YFP is going to end up coming from there as well. M80, a lot of back checking they're going to have to do, but with this smoke coming in early, have a little bit of a sense of where they may be coming from.
This is going to be a great spot here for Bao. Don't think he's going to get the split up onto the Tejo.
You play 2 games at the same time and only broadcast 1. Why would it not be? I imagine QOR is more popular than YFP or M80, or does M80 still carry the that huge level of popularity from years ago?
YFP, I think the right decision was made to head all the way through T, especially when you don't really have any sort of flank checking for M80's composition on them. So they'll have that gun advantage, carry it pretty well, and again, good punishment on M80, who are working with a little less than they will this round. Still an ultimate on the cards as well, so Okeanos can get even more active than he's already been allowed to. This attack gonna try really launching that weight forward and overwhelming YFP the incoming rounds, really try and show that diff early.
Talking about diffs, but we're not really seeing much of a difference in this round either. It is just Thief left over on an island. Towards C, but this is Bao maybe exposing himself to bits. And that is going to be some damage onto Penny and Jake. But this is huge now. YFP with a man advantage going into this retake. Ulti's, of course, online, but Sato, he's going to look to burst things open. Caillou alongside him. There's still one more in the back. Jake's waiting for an opportunity, and look how disconnected everyone from YFP is. That play over from Bao has left YFP scrambling here. They had rifles going into this round. They had a plethora of utility to use on this retake, and they had a man advantage. Somehow, Not a single person from M80 goes down. But that comes down to the timing of YFP. That's a major misstep.
Yeah, what could have been a full-blown 4v4 blundered into 3 4v1s that all go M80's way. Nobody able to cover for each other for this defensive squad, for this retake. Tough to do on a C site.
Is there no commentary on the YouTube feed? Is this for real? Hold on. There's no way this is real. This is terrible. Yeah, La Liga Esports 527 with no broadcasters. What is happening? This is crazy. But one on YouTube, one on Twitch with no commentators, and it's the Cube game? Is Cubert Academy not like the most popular? Like they can only get... Dude, I'll broadcast for free. How do I get this out to Riot? Bro, I will broadcast for free. Randomly pick which game is broadcast is because they don't want to be biased. Just get more broadcasters.
One enemy remaining.
Literally for free. I'll do this for free. Anytime. Anytime, Riot, for free. Man, I'm even commenting in the YouTube chat here. Nobody's responding. I'm replying directly to questions. Nothing. I'm wondering... Nah. Alright. Just gonna mute this. We'll go back to this. Unmute this.
Them not feeling comfortable there on the B site. Love that here for YFP. An opportunity to keep things close here in this first half. And indeed, M80, this is the slowest approach that we've seen from them. They're looking out for every cheeky option, but this is cheeky in general here for YFP. 3 players coming out, and it's going to be the counterbounce coming in. Annihilation alongside the stun. Jake is able to find a headshot onto Caillou. There's still a lot more around to be played. Again, like you said about the respect for Bao. has been given all of this A space, but he's gonna walk in right to the trap of the Vice.
Still one kept over by this stealth drone, but with that sheer proc, YFP will have all the signals they need. Minute on the clock, though, so they still have to respect the rotation until it's committed, but M80 will commit now into those salvos, and Stellar can sit back, relax, and take that free kill as YFP go for the intercept post plan.
This is good, though. This is really all that M80 can really hope for. They have plenty of economy going into the next round. Still have a man disadvantage. Sato in the front lines is able to take away Stellar. Huge headshot from Sato. Needs a little bit more. Here comes Penny around the corner looking for the pick in the middle of sight. Still just rolling around, not able to find anyone. And Sato still is unknown. Sato finally gets found out by Penny. The defuse still isn't coming in. Tejo from far away doing a whole lot of damage. Victor, the veteran, looking for a 1v2 and is able to find Penny, but the spray through the box doesn't work out. B-Dog has the time for the defuse, and that's YFP. Thin margins making their way to the W here at the end. That was M80 with 3 players remaining. One of their players down to 30 HP. It's quite the fight.
Wildly impressed by Victor's ability to hold that and run it down to try and save in the 1v2 after all of it as well. Really tremendous work done. But with the gun diff and that Armageddon, the chase down on C-Site led to the starting 4v5 that was enough to let YFP hold on to those advantages that came to them before the round even began. M80 do have these guns back and some ults in tow. They're already going to use them. Sato getting greedy with this dimensional drift, getting intel on all of this mid lane.
He's going to make it around the worlds here. He's going to try to run into the back of C, but Vice got him. Beautiful thief. A whole lot more work to be done here potentially, but M80, they do not burst with it. Beautiful setup. This thief shuts him down with the util, shuts him down with the frag, and still has an ultimate to use. The retake ulti is also there for B-Dog. It's a bit of a setup here for YFP. M80, though, they've made the right decision. It's just Stellar here over towards A. He's already made a bit of a call out, or at least YFP, they're making a bit of a gut check.
I still don't know how I fully feel about Tejo anymore.
Tejo doing what Tejo does best, stopping power, finding opponents in the back lines. This time now is M80 doing the same. Here comes
dude, wasting 2 ults. That's crazy. Still looking like it's gonna work out, but man.
A lot of dry util that M80 are kind of just throwing at the wall here.
What is Caillou doing?
Step into that util in order for that to be a possibility on a site like
this. Smoke, dog.
It'll pretty easily be a plant to diffuse off.
Rockabye, baby, don't you cry. So they did the steel guarding and then the rolling thunder. So 2, and then they couldn't take sight, but it ended up working out.
That round was truly Sato's inability to gain any value from that dimensional drift. Thief chasing him down and dethroning him with no space gained.
Oh, like, I don't know, the Rockets, he just seems like a little bit out of place.
Hunted down like a dog, and
like precision rockets is kind of wild, but I just don't know. Do I like him? Do I not like him?
But it is not for long.
Am I just a hater?
They have to throw
You could be a hater if you want to.
You still got a paranoia, you still got a flash, you still got whatever you need to take out these 3 last players.
No way that man teleported into it. All right, Cubert's up. You know what? I might have to. I think I have to do this, man.
Again, you gotta kind of point out the fact M80 is still looking a bit staggered when it comes to the end of these plans, when it comes to the end of these exits. It does seem like, though, there are plenty of cooks here when it comes to the calls, because plenty of calls are being made, plenty of adjustments
are going on in the kitchen, and I don't know what's cooking.
But that's to say a big update here about M80. If y'all, of course, are not tuned into the fact that Victor is now a part of the team. Bit of insight, though, it sounds like Victor is helping out Caillou with the call-in, whether it be in-game or out-of-game. He is mostly secondary IGL now. Of course, he is covering his own role, but Victor has come in. try to organize things a little bit more here for M80. This round is not going to be the round where we really see a lot of that prowess potentially. They are going to have to be crafty if they want to win a round like this. But good to see bits of maturity for M80 for what is such a young roster.
Yeah, and that's the strat, isn't it? Is to take these young players that have so much bloody potential, like Sato and Oki and Caillou, and give them the tools that they need to, and the facilitation and the enabling to go absolutely buck wild. Sato has been the one that has obviously been reaching that first being on that duelist role. He's been target number 1 for enabling. He's also been target number 1 for the interception. Thief for that one. M80, they'll still barrel through though, and actually they'll go 3 for 2 on top of an Armageddon that'll dissuade the rest of the counter push. They'll get this spike down.
Yeah, that's a massive find for Caillou, but Stellar already here on side, but Bao has the ulti. They don't check the corner, but Victor flicks around right on time with Stellar popping in, and this has become a hell of a task for B-Dog. B-Dog walking into the tall grass, escaping the line of sight of Bao. Going to have to find an alternate angle here to try to surprise Bao. Is he going to find the angle? No, he doesn't. Wide angle from Bao. Stinger able to do it.
Blistering takeover of the site from M80 that round that led to them winning out in the kill feed for a bare moment, and Victor, incredible intuition to just launch that Armageddon at the word go to stop the rest of the crunch that YFP knew that they retained advantage in. A swarm for the ages that gives M80 the snowball back for the remainder of this half, something they desperately want to clutch onto considering that YFP are on the precipice of so much. That eco still ringing true, the ults on the forefront. It'll be a tough last 3 rounds for this attacking squad, and Penny looking to make it really tough from the word go, but Bao no longer playing with that conditioning wall. Instead, the rest of the team is Bao is holding off on Penny's approach from Mound, and so he'll double back, sensing that the push is far more powerful at this point from M80. They are on the site.
Yeah, but again, that was full information there from the Viper, and no call is being made, but M80 still confident here. TP goes back into sight, and they are going to have to back up here over into B. Penny, this is everything for Penny. Penny, going to be able to find one, make it a second. Penny has already equalized things. Can he get extra credit? Yes, he can. Penny equalizing things to the 2-on-2.
Unbelievable resolve to hold down that third pick after the gunshots were distracting it. B-Dog.
You know Ryder's soul.
No way, but misses his own shots.
Hey, are you real? Soul?
Wins that first peak. Stellar down to 11, and the re-peak will finalize to give YFP their own 5th round.
All right, Cube wins the first one. Yo, T-Dog got smoked.
From the double entry unbelievable work.
Unbelievable. Still Penny again. He had a really good call out there. He was the one. Back over in A. The defenders were trying to rotate with. You could see him more or less on that front line a little bit, but again, still pivots back over into B for that backup option. And of course, the team just needed the insurance option, and it's Penny. It's Penny at the end of the day. This is what he's known for. He's still been lights out throughout. Challengers so far. And again, no matter how many lowlights you could say about this YFP team, Penny absolutely is not one of them. So here we are. YFP still hitting tit for tat with M80, runner-ups of challengers last season, last stage. B-Dog peeking around the corner, not going to be able to take down Sato. Now it's all on Thief. Thief has the right utility to try to hold off on time here. It's not like M80 are in any rush to actually go in. There goes the clone. And Thief is able to back away pretty much immediately. He might be able to go for the drop, but this is starting to get fairly scary here.
Yo, they were ready for him.
No lines of sight into the site. M80, all 5 alive with 3 players watching the drop. Penny has to go nuts once again, but Bao is the insurance option for this one. That's where Bao thrives.
Smoked.
Being, again, same thing as Penny, more or less an insurance option. Lurking around, anchoring around, being the cleanup man. That's Bao does it.
The atomic util dump onto the A site that YFP chooses to fully respect and then try to reapproach, but by that point, everybody's set up in their sight lines, Bao in the back so that you have far less options to go for a pinch. Everybody worked out the right way here for M80 this round, firing on all cylinders. Such a satisfying team when everybody's working the right way 7-5 half in the cards if they can continue that here. Dimensional drift once again from Sato. Let's see what it finds this time.
Sato, last time he was on this ulti, he was getting tracked down. Looks like he might be able to find himself a bit of a cheeky angle. He was looking for Tree. Is he going to look for Pop? Here on Penny, absolutely. He finds a one-on-one. Looking for yet another one-on-one on the B-Dog. Little do they know about the Teho, and the Teho actually pops out. He is able to get the frag on to Bow. And Stellar finally does go down. You still have Jake right behind the smoke. Plenty of angles here for M80 to try to escape out of this A site. They still have a player over on B, YFP does. But that is still going to be the A site being chipped down. Oki takes down Jake. Thief alongside B-Dog. Barely any util to get their way back into this one. However, 3 players remaining here for M80.
Let's see what happens.
Needs 1 kill to get his Rolling Thunder. But this is an amazing, amazing noise cut here from M80. Waiting for a one-on-one, waiting for a re-clear of Long. They missed out on their chance. They baited the one-on-one that they wanted, but they're stuck on 3-on-2 still.
And M80 still have enough time to go for a reset that better suits them. But of course, more space, more time to waste.
Now it's got Rolling Thunder.
And that Vice Util, unfortunately, isn't going to make a dent. The shear will expire.
Oh no, B-Dog needs it.
Gets there, and everybody from M80 is going to come.
Do you think your gaming streams would be more entertaining for viewers if you played a less serious game? I think the vibes when we're getting smoked in comp isn't great for stream.
Still going for it.
Yeah, that could probably help. Like if I was playing that one game where, I forgot what it's called, but like you're just trying to run to the end. You're like a little fat thing that runs. I forgot what it's called, but you know what I mean?
B-Dog at this point, he's just going to try to go for that defuse, and Thief is getting exposed.
Yo,
However, he does get the frag he wanted. B-Dog needs one. That's not going to happen. Caillou
all right, 7-5.
shut down as that's the half.
And at the end of the day, the rounds that M80 win, they win pretty easily once they gain that site control. That's how their comp tends to work for the execs. Just using everything at once to overwhelm whoever dares to stick around, and then winning the fighting that the teams just aren't able to fully polish out. It's got to be so well choreographed when you try to take them back, especially on that A side if you're able to break through it. That's why M80 cashed in near the tail end of that round, or the half so many times on it. So now we come to this YFP attack. Penny really going to get let off the leash here on the Neon, going to try and counteract all of that A aggression that M80 will mount at some point, just not right now. You got 3 on the C door to try and fight what looks like is going to be Stellar making a little bit of noise.
Yes, he does. There's definitely some noise being made by Stellar, for sure. You know what else is happening?
I honestly, Soft,
How about that?
I've given serious thought about this, and I don't know if it's like realistic,
I see the opening.
but I don't know that I want to play video games seriously anymore ever again.
The question, or were they hoping that they just
Like,
get Sato a little more proactive early on?
I don't like making mistakes in our group
Victor, unfortunately, has to take a little
because I don't want to let anybody down, and then I don't want to get yelled at, especially by Frost.
Web is ready to collect.
But I don't want to let anybody down, and that's kind of the
Timing here.
big problem.
M80, and again, it's just going to continue to get worse. Beautiful setup by the Teho. Still going to be a bit of chaos here. There goes the pop. Victor alongside Bao going to be able to get 2, but Jake, he's actually been able to do a bit of a ring around the rosy onto Bao. Thief still getting another one. It's still 3-on-2. It's still a chance here for YF.
They got it. They got it.
Down at once, and the defuse comes out here for M80.
Close on timing.
That man was not amped about it.
I assume we're hoping for, because they know M80 just have so much to offer towards the fight. And I appreciate the proactivity that YFP have the second they hear that door open. They don't care how many people are on it. They know that they have a target that they can actually go for immediately. And so they'll utilize just about everything on it to force the rest of M80 to question themselves. But at that point, nobody except Jakey was changing their position really at all, and it let the rest of M80 just completely pile drive this site. Everybody else, unfortunately, really unable to get a move outside of that site once they were encroached for it, and M80 will always come up on top and stuff like that.
Immediately into this B set. This is the first time we're seeing this look from YFP and Caillou. Able to manage it well. Still one more on site, and my goodness, that is Okeanos striking down 2 with 1 bullet. And that's just it for the round, ain't it? Beef is going to be able to pick down 2. It's not like the rest of M80 have some incredible firepower or anything, but that is just a gust of wind. Taking down Thief. a lot more work to be done here for YFP in this half to try to shock M80. M80 almost forced to rebuy a whole lot, almost forced to kind of pick at their eco a bit. That stings for YFP, no pun intended, because again, forcing a little bit of a buy into that last round is going to leave them still with stingers.
Overall, not surprised by how aggressive M80 got this time around and how ready YFP were to face it. But the question is, do they continue to be as boastful? Sato getting on top of this mound for the meeting that they were begging for in the pistol, but Sato's gonna have to leave it after due to that stun being used. At least they clear a decent bit of util in the process, though.
This is not bad at all. M80 getting plugged out right now, but Bao, he still has himself a molly to try to put down for this rush. Here's an inkling, but he's not going to put it down immediately. Here comes Oki.
I agree, but we also play competitive games and hate losing. Agreed. I feel like I almost just need to get rid of that.
And Smoke, again, YFP, they do have the control of this site, but I love this from M80. Nobody pushing.
No way! No way!
Yes, he's pushing his luck, but he gets the clip you wanted. Good job, Sato. That's now B-Dog. And 1-on-2 does the disrespect.
Yeah, baby.
Against M80's favor, but no, it doesn't.
Listen, I don't care who wins. I just want to see a good game. But yeah, do I like just give up on competitive things? Yeah, what's up, RKH? Hey man, it's cool seeing you on TikTok. I appreciate you stopping in here, but I understand the TikTok grind, RKH. It's a wild one, brother. You can feel in the wilderness on TikTok.
Yeah, it's got to be here or map 2 at this point. M80 show overwhelming control and, yeah, a little bit of disrespect at this point.
Just a little.
Just a tad bit. But the way that YFP are only able to kind of take care of one of the heads of this M80 Hydra so far on this attack, it goes to show how confident this team currently is facing off against a majority, at least, of the teams in challenges. Obviously, M80 still have some demons to conquer, but I'm sure we'll get around to those. We'll have plenty of time.
Plenty of Valorant to play. Again, this is just map 1. Already had a long night, but here comes big round once again. Penny, all on his lonesome, is really just there to hold some rotations, to hold the players on to C. Elaborate time here for YFP to skirt into this A site. Nobody from M80 on site, and that's huge for YFP. Down goes Caillou, down goes.
And wasted the rockets, bro.
Still have the Tejo. They still
Yo, he's coming in quick.
Sato. Here comes the.
Yo, big.
Jake just gets him. Victor, however, does have
Yo, I like it.
towards long. Thief is able to get themselves one. Is it another trade, or is M80 gonna start to dwindle? 3v2, and they have the angles here. YFP with a crossfire. Right into the middle of sight.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Cross it. And that is again the
Bring them out. Bring them out.
Needed to keep themselves in this game.
Too much to check at that point for M80. YFP keeping their doors nice and open and everybody winning their own individual duels along the way. That was the missing piece for a lot of this. And now you've got that gun diff waning through as well. So immediately being able to turn heel on this pacing and give another breath of life into YFP as they'll go for the attack. Once again, giving M80 a little bit of time to say their piece with these pistols, and it'll happen mostly in A main to start.
It's not like M80 aren't pushing the situation right now, though. Coach Oki just putting himself in position to succeed. Does also have a couple flashes right behind him in the hands of Caillou, so not exactly a lost situation here. 3 players here for M80. It's going to be a certain burst here for YFP anytime now, but they actually do allow for a little one-on-one here from Oki. And here comes a little setup. The pistols are going to try to do some damage here, M80. And they back out immediately.
Oh, they cleared up so much space.
Back into the back of A. But YFP.
Great play.
This is what we predicted. This is what's we expect out of this sort of round. Again, it's a long road here for this YFP team. It's not like we haven't seen too many confident setups for them here on this attack side.
Oh.
We only see 1 win from them. So, again, I want to see a little bit more of a look here for YFP before I start to say too much more.
Still a lot of game, of course, to prove yourself.
This is how it
again, too much in the way.
Yo, that was a freebie. Who was that? Okeanos, you're shooting like me, brother. You're shooting like me, brother.
Fully kitted, ultimate
Not a compliment. Not a compliment.
Dimensional drift back online here for M80, so Sato is going to end up ixnaying that operator. And it looks like they're ready to meet this with a little more immediacy at whatever point YFP decide to attack it, which it also looks to be C. Oh yeah, that's a rough shot for Oki. Man.
This is huge, though. Look at the setup for M80. 3 players over towards that C site. YFP.
Agreed.
Haven't been conditioning really any place.
How do we keep it, Soft? How do we keep it? I agree with you wholeheartedly. How do we keep it? So what's funny is I cared significantly more. Oh man, I got one of them. I don't know if you can see this, Soft. Your chat's so empty. It's giving 404 error. Hype not found. Fix it with dogehype.com. Bro. These guys just try to hurt my feelings. Fine, take my money. You hurt my feelings hard enough. Here's my money. Alright, sorry. But how do we keep it? I cared so much about Valorant. But now when I play, I'm like, I don't care. Whatever. It's over. I'm never going to be immortal again. Let's go. I'm just playing for fun. That's where we are. But I think for us as a group to have fun, we have to somehow... Oh, like that right there. That's crazy. Valorant timing. Why would he turn like that? Why? Hey, he might be deeper in spawn than I am. Let me check. Huh? Why would he do it? But he did it. It's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Baby, rock-a-bye.
The fact that he shot so early without trying to see if anyone else was rotating towards his direction, he needed to help his teammate out. He needed to go back into sight to try to support his teammate. But hate to see it. That's all you can really say about it. Just hate to see it. 11-7 though. It's not YFP. They find themselves once again on the brink in terms of their economy. If they lose this round, they're going to be on 12-7 with almost nothing.
Yeah, this is going to be a real pivot round for YFP, willing to throw all of the ults they need to at the site to fully take it and guarantee themselves an economy for the remainder of the half. But they'll still fight on multiple fronts to start things out. M80, they will fully take over Rubble and have a 3-stack send into a 3 that is holding the spike. They flash themselves in. The spray down from Thief, good for the 1-for-1. Rolling Thunder now proc. Paranoia early on top of it, but the shots, they don't land. Oki wins out the trade.
So tough for YFP. So many bodies on that front side. Even the Armageddon coming in strong to try to sweep things up, and still nothing. Here comes, though, Bao to try to hold down the site, to try to just sweep up this round. It doesn't happen for the rest, but his job's been done. Stellar down to 5 HP. Jakey down to 70. This is going to be a big headshot spot here for Stellar, though. There you go. Shows a pixel of his forehead, and Oki's not able to aim onto it. 2-on-2.
Victor now showing himself from the waterfall. First salvos to flush Jakey out, and he's happy to take that invitation. Stellar and Jake versus Victor, has to check for both. The jump up on the 1. Stellar alone with the salvos. Easy stall the first time around. And onward he comes to the fight. Victor eggs him on, saying, I dare ya. Free hold for half here. The spray through the boxes is not good. Stellar now dares him and wins out the jump war with the shorty. Timing doesn't even need to save him. Stellar saves himself, and YFP is safe for at least one more round somehow, some way.
It's crazy.
He had that the whole time, if I'm being real. I trusted.
You should consider playing GTA 6 when it drops. It'll be insanely popular, and it's not too serious of a game. Can I play with friends? Listen, I'm going to be straight with you, Soft. My favorite thing about playing video games is playing with my friends. There are times where I'll hop on like Valorant or Rivals because I'm like, I don't know if bored is the right way to describe it, but it's like I want to do something. I can practice and not care, right? Like I can play comp. No way. No way.
For too long here, and Caillou is able to pick up the front. He does go down to
But anyway, I like playing with friends, man. I don't really like playing video games by myself. I don't really want to play video games by myself. I want to play with friends.
The round is basically wraps, and that's not gonna happen.
Oh, Caillou trying to hold down the door swing, so it is a 2v2, and Victor still on the way back.
Does he fire?
Sato with this shotgun also can't really do anything until approach.
Sato can.
Find something.
Yo, it's a good thing he didn't try to turn the corner, bro.
But it was a little too late. YFP way ahead of the curve, and B-Dog and Sato now spotting each other, forced to flash in. Now the Rolling Thunder to target just
With
him.
a shotgun, though?
Victor left unchecked. Now
Woo! What a play, bro.
The 1v2 that Victor tries to save in the bitter end. Very low health pool, but the crossfire will guarantee.
Okay. Listen, if you'll play with me, or we can get a group to play and we can just like goof around, I am 100% in. I will branch out. I want to be a variety guy anyway. I will 100% branch out and get rid of this competitive nonsense out, because I do hate losing. I hate losing so much.
More importantly, the high-low coming in, Stellar coming in from above, knowing that he needs to be crafty with all of his kills.
Man, they're just now starting the Cubert map 2.
And Stellar in these last 2 rounds, incredible stuff. With incredibly low HP. And now M80. They've been left completely in the dust. They've been left with the pistols. They've been left to go a little bit aggressive. We finally see our first bit of B aggression. It's going to be 2 players back over towards the mid side trying to peek out Jakey. And Jakes, he's not going to really bite down on that. He just goes into the spike, tries to stick over with his teammates. But this is actually the... Yeah, this is the slowest we've really seen YFP so far. They're really not able to break through C-Mound.
Heavy chow on it. After Caillou comes to it, but that's the big dump, and they tried to...
Okay. How many people can we play together? Like, is it a 2-person game, 3-person game, 4-person game? Because I'm in, brother. I'm in. I'm going to go talk to my wife after this stream and confirm. Unless Free Advice Girl is still in here, but I don't think she is. She likes GTA, so I could get some. I could get some, No Limit, yo. So we could get. I could get wife streams as well. I don't know how popular they would be, but boom. When does it come out? And is it going to be $100?
How respectful of him. Let's see how he fares.
Little disrespect. He just low broed Sato real quick. You love to see that. Love to see that beef. Hey, double digits for YFP. It was the expected.
Yo, I like this comeback.
What wasn't expected was the classic, of course, but hey, M80. This is it now. I mean, yeah, they lose out on this one. They're still up against the ropes in terms of the eco once again. They need a timeout.
I'm excited about that. Let me see when GTA 6 comes out. Is it going to be a
truly tough moment for this M80 team?
Okay, September. Oh, we got time. All right. Oh man, I have TwitchCon in October.
Yeah, we're seeing YFP find more and more ways to.
Wow, so there's really no release yet.
A little early. Keep seeing M80 try and make sure that Penny isn't getting a little wise on these front doors of sites. The occasional stun, the occasional drone, just flushed away as YFP slowly gained that passive control of either A or C, whichever ends up being a little less populated at the end of the day. And that's gotten them this far. M80 just can't hack it for the fights from that defensive distance. Now with those guns back, though, they'll have another chance to take this to 12-10 now. Only that Viper's Pit to try to hold on to things as well, at least for now. So we'll see how heavily M80 decide to stack for the YFP commitment, which looks to be towards rubble at the moment.
Focus on M80. It's not like we've seen too much struggle here for Bao to try to hold down his line. Not only that, but of course with the ulti, he's going to be able to hold it all the way down. It's all just 4 players over towards A, and it is going to be the burst here out for Penny. YFP, they have not committed to this A rush by any means, but still, Jake all the way up front, 2 players in the back with the spike, still contemplating whether or not to go, and Stellar and Jakey still somehow getting frags, and Jakey, it was all the way in the front lines the whole time of that, and he's still able to find 3.
They're like, she's behind, run!
Now in a 1-on-3, but my goodness, M80, they had the 2-man advantage, and still somehow Jakey's able to pull that back, flip it around.
Unreal backstab coming from him, somehow gets inside that tree door. unreasonably fast. And lets the rest of YFP go for a proxy pinch right there in rubble on the attacking side. That is pure heaven for the fight. Power's gonna want to hold on to this gun, so we'll just hold back. He's going to go hunting. Would love to get rid of this rifle to take them to 12-11, but not the case.
Stick to the 11-11. And so tough there for Haiti. Once again, it's just a head scratcher. How do you guys allow Jakey to make it all the way through? But it's really not allowing. Jakey was the one who forced that play to happen. Like you said, the speed. Going back over towards A, just there for Jakey. He's able to kind of clean up. It is just a bit of that miscommunication, though, from M80. They thought that they were safe. I mean, when Jakey started getting those kills, it was really just the dying hours there of the exec from YFP on the outside. And Manny letting off the gas pedal a little bit, not swiveling as much as they maybe should, or calming as much as they should. But hey, here we go. It is going to be YFP somehow tying things up. Manny have 3 players over towards C, and this is mostly a C setup for YFP.
At least to try and find that opening frag. Stealth drone will suss out Jakey though, so M80 will still have to respect the A-hole. Good reason to. The spike's over here at the moment. TP in from Oki for that preliminary information on C. Yes, there are also still players over here, so no committed rotation just yet. M80 continuing to play the field, play that clock. A minute left. YFP have to make a call, and still such a stark split for both of these sides. Will it simply be a war on 2 fronts, or does YFP pick up their britches and fully commit to a site with 45 on the clock with some pot shots towards A? Looks like we'll just make some noise in C and then double back ASAP.
No, it's just crazy that they have so many backup options right now, but their main backup option is gone. Thief is going to go down. Penny was still fighting over towards C. Here's a couple of rotations and still tempting.
Wait, they decided B? Why did they decide B?
Nobody covering this site. They still make it past the Tejo.
Yo.
Penny is going to go down to Sato up.
Yo, this is how they lose 12.
It's all wraps for YFP immediately. For M80.
Yikes.
Can't really get much clearer than that. Yes, YFP make their way.
Ever been to Miami? I think I've been through Miami, but I've never spent time in Miami. If that makes sense.
Once all the homework was done, no other place for YFP to go, and M80 facilitated that the whole time. That being said, it does require a little bit of the bank. Quite a few ultimates that you had to launch at that, and you can't do that again. You'll have to play a little heavier for this retake, thanks to Sato's dimensional drift. And unfortunately, that initiating game for M80 has not been nearly as strong as they're holding, so they can play for an interception first. They cannot. Sato TP out. Okeanos, the trap is perfect. Penny's gone.
Penny is going to continue having a nightmare game. Bottom fragging right now for YFP and M80. They might find their advantage here. Oki with the TP back. But Jake does hear it, does find it. That's huge. Sato, this is even bigger. But it's a huge kill from B-Dog.
That's what the GTA 6 map is going to be based on? Ooh, alright.
But it is Jakey again. Jakey sitting at the top of the board for a reason. Forcing YFP over the edge. Now, 1-on-2. Bow. Almost catching Thief. Still looking for his targets. Jakey. Yes, at the top of sight, but doesn't have the angle into the middle. And it is
Let's go!
To close out the 12th run for YFP. Once again here on stream, folks, we got overtime.
I don't know that I've ever heard Omen say, ironic.
Ahead of that paranoia to TP from Okeanos. It was Jakey who fragged on top of the trade that was set up by B-Dog and Stellar, and it was Jakey that'll round off that round to take us to overtime with that backstab pick after the Vines confirmed Bao's location. So well controlled by the controller. This Omen role continuing to be a place where the players, the prospective fraggers who can't be that duelist on their own squad have found some solace, and Jakey really getting to rack up the kills this map, up to 23, the highest in the lobby, and trying to pad it a little bit more to get YFP to their map victory here on Lotus. This was their pick after all.
on this map. Here comes Jake. Jakey. He is getting targeted right now on the stun, but it's going to get canceled. Thief. Already going to pull up the util to try to hold things back. He has a teammate right next to him in the form of the Omen. Sato makes his way in alongside Okeanos. Jake almost had the fish in a bucket, but not able to shoot him. Thief, 5 players in front of him, and he's just gone.
Dude, YFP. I've only been to LA once, but I immediately knew my way around because of the GTA 5 map. Dude, that's so funny.
He is able to take down the clone, but that's it. Oki with another frag, Sato with yet another frag too. And that's just gonna be the round, isn't it? B-Doc. He's gonna have to pull the play of his life to try to pull this off, and instead it's gonna be
a velvet rope-lined queue that YFP walk into to die like lemmings on that C take. So simultaneously terrified of fighting and terrified of letting go of such a pivotal area of the map. In every sense, M80 outpaced YFP that round, but that's because they were on the attack. They get to facilitate that speed. They cannot do that against YFP when they go on the attack, especially if Penny is going to be that tip of the spear yet again. Again, unable to frag, but able to at least facilitate those trades proper from YFP the rest of the way through. If that can get you over the line once again to take you to OT, that'll be enough at least for now.
Oh my goodness, Sato. Oh my goodness, Sato. Almost going with the ping. Backs up, TPs safely. Still have the rest of M80 populating A right now. 2 of them. YFP, they're not letting go of that A outside.
Step in, step out from Penny, tries to goad out the kill, but Sato holding strong with this glass cannon operator, looking for something.
Wow.
Still staying so
Glass cannon operator. What a savage, bro. I'm definitely going for YFP. I want to see this go to 25-25.
Thief steps out. Okeanos first tested. Now the vines to force the reposition.
What a blind. Oh, he's just leaving.
The paranoia to at least stall it out, and he'll TP.
Wow, okay. Great counter util. Great counter util.
To the site from YFP. They have this C pretty handily. They keep everybody stable. They have the vice set up.
And he gets plant down. Nice. Okay. All right, 5v5. They could smoke it off. They could do different things. This is going to be crazy. Thief needs one. Ah! Why would you re-swing the op? Why would you re-swing the op? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hide, hide, hide. They're not even on it. Hide. No, stop!
Outside of nowhere, nobody going for the defuse. Stellar. Full HP remaining. Sato, he's going to try to go for the defuse, but you're facing a Tejo. You're facing all of the time delay in the world.
No way. What did it get to? Now I got to look at this. Was it 25-25? Let's see this. Was it EMEA Challengers? Or
on these maps continues to stall and frustrate.
It wasn't stage 1, right?
Good. M80 rolling like a tank onward with Sato.
Oh, it was.
On that operator until the
25-23. That's crazy.
Frags weren't coming through once that smoke let by, and YFP were able to walk around that
clutch.
Take us to OT2 here as M80.
Wow, it was the first map of the day, dude. Losing that one, man, and then they went 13-11 on the next game. Oof.
In a similar situation,
wow.
Get found right now, but I bet a utility could get plugged out. Absolutely does. It's necessary stuff there for M80. They are going to be able to clear away one angle, but the response is already here for YFP. They have to breach alongside the Tejo in the front lines of C.
Man, today ended up going a lot different. I'm going to talk with my wife about what GTA, the whiteboard, and watch party tomorrow. Sentinels at 5 o'clock, bro. So I'm thinking, what do you think, Soft? Tomorrow, what if I take off like all day, but I just stream Sentinels game and then into the night like a gaming stream?
Cracking, but again, this is just Sato holding his angle. Penny still has no idea if Sato is still there, but still holding. Good idea there from Penny. But M80, again, picking and prodding through A, maybe forcing a rotation or two. You did see one from Sato, or at least from Sato's POV, but now it's still going to be over in B. This is going to be chaos. 30 seconds left, and almost everyone from YP and M80 are here.
Let's go.
Able to get 2 out of this. Watch out for
oh, no. Okay. Back off. You have spike. Back off.
It is Victor
Okay.
getting
This is good. This is
1-on-2.
good.
Here comes the first shot. Thief doesn't go
Yo,
down.
he was falling. That could have worked. Let's go, YFP. I don't know why I'm rooting for you, but let's go.
YFP one map away, or one round
Let's
away,
go.
excuse me, from taking a map away from M80.
Just not buckling under that pressure on A door that M80 were trying to use to force a higher rotation over, maybe get an opening kill, but M80 get absolutely nothing, and then they still decide to go to that B site. Everybody from YFP is already there. Everybody from YFP is ready to fight. And they will completely dominate on that site if they're ready to take it over. There was nothing M80 could have realistically done despite the great shots we saw them take there. If there was no profit off of the initial approach to the A site, no profit off of the lurk from the B door, and then they still went onto the B site when no one's moved off of it, everybody from YFP is either already there or can rotate so quickly it doesn't matter. No ground gained by M80 before the spike goes down. No ground won in the fight despite the kills that go on during.
It's just, again, these minds here in the team of YFP. These players have been through way too much not to expect to play like that from Sato. Yes, it was a bit of a fake, but he's at least going to keep the angle. He's at least going to make sure that nobody's going to pop up from behind him and do a play that he would do himself. But this is M80. Now up against the ropes with more or less the same setup. Well, I mean same buy with Sato coming in with an op and no shields, but he's all the way over in C now, and C is not going to be the thing getting tapped here. It is going to be YFP mostly over towards A. Bow alongside Victor to try to hold things down. These rotations are going to be so long here for M80. 2 players over in Mound right now. Well, YFP, they already do have a bit of A control.
And he's down to 50.
Slowly but surely,
All right, can't miss this end game. I'll talk with my wife about it, because that's 5 o'clock. It's truly the absolute worst time that it could possibly be. Yo, what a pick.
Cannot be slowed down on top of the paranoia. Easy
Okay.
frag, and the rest of
Head,
it
get him. Oh.
from the drop. Sato blinded early on, ISO'd, and now
No
down
way
with
he
his
does
shorty
that.
from Penny. He's hungry for blood, but can't find any just yet. Now Victor, let alone open into the drop.
It's YFP,
Stellar
baby.
holding that. M80
YFP, baby.
this fight, but YFP will fully clear the board, and there's no chance of M80 taking this. Surely.
And he jumped on the set. All right, 3v2. This is winnable.
They've taken the backside too. YFP spread thin.
Does Oki have a smoke coming up soon? We don't know yet. Caillou might have just enough time for maybe a stun, but this is B-Dog that's gonna have to explode.
Oh!
The door opening. Wait a minute. 2-on-2 now. Oki checking the back of sight. Oki got the kill. 1-on-2 for Thief. This is a breakdown. Systematic breakdown for YFP. Thief.
No way! No way!
And that is still going to be M80 keeping them.
There is no way they just lost that round.
Unbelievable, unshaken resolve from Okeanos.
I am predicting that M80 wins round 29 and 30 after that. I predict it.
Smoking himself out on top of.
All right, so that was at 157.
God, that fault line from Caillou, so proactive. Great drop down as well to get that opening frag. To give yourselves another chance at this map. OT3 now, M80 back on the attack. It's mainly going to be rubble for those attackers.
I did something on April 21st at 21 minutes. I gotta go check that stream out here in a second.
I'm gonna shut down.
I wonder if that was my Squirrel Girl thing. I definitely gotta clip that at some point.
It isn't
Post that up.
exactly a moment where M80 are really looking to interact here. They're going little by little by little here with that utility, picking apart these angles for YFP. There is nowhere where YFP can peek into this site, can do anything to these players of M80, and that's just
I don't like Stellar dropping here.
5-on-5.
Yo, that's huge for Stellar.
YFP still banging on the door. Sato with this
What did you do on SG? SG. Oh, not that I did anything on Squirrel Girl. This is my Squirrel Girl yell.
Spray war on 2 fronts that M80 win it first. Now the salvos to refresh. Early peak, good for a 1-for-1. Jakey has to clutch it up. You can just spray through this smoke if you're M80 before you actually go for the approach on the first tap. Jakey, that's 1. Does he tap again? No, he does not. Bow can spray through on that.
All right, M80 got it. That's what I called. Let's see. See if they get 30. after losing that round,
80 after a certain
I don't know how you
point.
come back, man.
Again, just not able to drop into that site. And got to give it up to first the approach of YFP, but the fact that these players just continue to hold on to this back site. Still trying to keep things still relatively mixed up. The players coming out one by one, coming out of tree. Not exactly what you want to see. But the one-on-ones worked out for M80, and that's all you needed at that point. YFP wasn't swinging in with significant utility for that retake. M80 able to stretch their legs. Now, Sato has himself the operator, has himself a couple of targets on the other side of his screen. Olha quem é. Look who it is, folks. Sato stepping up to the plate, striking down 2. Still a lot more to go here for M80, but YFP are down to the man disadvantage.
I love hearing you get a little patriotic every time Sato gets a kill.
Yeah, I'm a little biased.
Great.
It's okay.
It's the best. But he deserves it. This kid coming out after these visa issues. I mean, his ascension run was godlike, and the way that he's.
This is tough. They need to pick.
Team already this year. God, I can't imagine.
Yo, huge by Jake. Huge.
Good step out to take down Bao despite the stun. So we're back.
Okay, she has B.
God knows where. Do you check this, Okeanos? So not if extra members are already here. Paranoia is going to be onto those 2 instead.
Yeah,
of
get the
Penny,
plant. Nice.
Hold down this link angle, and it'll be a 3v3 for the retake.
Clean here, but his utility is looking scrappy. Penny does have a stun to use. There's nothing here basically for Stellar and
No.
Maybe be a little
No.
TP, but he just needs his first angle here onto Victor. Victor looking for the pop, but Stellar still gets his
What?
Caillou.
What?
Victor
What did I just watch?
and this is starting to look a little bit possible.
All right, I'm glad I was wrong. Round 31. Let's go.
Angle onto Penny, and we're
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
These guys saw Foot BBL earlier today and said, "Hold my beer. I can do you one better." 25-23. Never heard of it.
Oh,
Let's go to OT 46.
We got a 17-38 scoreline in that game.
That was crazy.
Incredible.
I think that was Pancakes who tweeted that too from Shopify. I was like, banger KD watch.
Huge.
But yeah, I mean this attack side very figured out by both of these teams at the moment, because they're able to kind of re-up the fights in the secondary, the tertiary, when the defensive has had to play so much more aggressively to try to find something. It always ends up working out.
This is still looking a little bit tough here for M80. Look at how many bodies. Look at the presence here for YFP. 3 players sitting over towards connector, still looking for a pick. Penny's able to get one, but here comes the bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies for M80, and it's working out. Okeanos bursting open 2 through the trapdoor. And now Thief, 1-on-3 to do it all, and there's plenty of players staring at that.
Is Diablo a grind type of game? If so,
once again,
did you like that about it? Yes, it is. Okay, so I can't tell you about Diablo 4. I've not played Diablo 4 because of what I've read about it and stuff. But Diablo 3, Diablo 2, Diablo 1. Diablo 3 made it easier to do this, but like Diablo 1, Diablo 2, you would pick the same runs or same maps to get like some sort of end boss over and over again because they give you your highest chances for a drop. So you would keep doing these things over and over and over again, trying to do them better and better and better to get better items. And then Diablo 3 created greater rifts, which made it just easy. Go in here and try to beat it, and at the end you'll get some loot. But yeah, because you would get like one item that was like 1 to 2% better, if that, than what you had before. But the don't you swing it again. But the like combination that little boost gives you would mean you were all of a sudden able to do things you weren't able to do before. I love Diablo. Honestly, Diablo is my favorite game of all time, and I'm really sad that Diablo 4 is not. Man, they didn't even try to do Diablo 3, but it's not a Blizzard game. Oh, really? Wait, you're trying to get gear in GTA? I'll be honest, I have no idea what the purpose of GTA is. I thought it was just mayhem.
In the off season of the spike getting planted. Look how packed back they are for this retake. This is insane.
All right, let's go.
Let's see what the setup is here for M80, and that's huge. Paranoia Going right into tree, but Stellar does not get affected. If anything, it's going to be an even one.
Yo, he's gonna turn in it. Game. GG's. It's a grind type of game. All right. Yep. Yeah, I'm down for that. Especially if like we're hanging out as friends and it's like, yo, do you guys want to do a run together? Do you guys want to try something? Where it's like, I don't know how to word it. Like in the games that we're playing right now, your death could ruin the entire game. Like literally the whole 20 minutes you just spent ruined because you died stupidly. I would love to play a game, but that doesn't matter.
What you expect from a team that is now just one map away from going 3-1 here in the Swiss.
There you go. That's the M80 near the end that you kind of expected. They were still able to keep themselves patient, regroup themselves, just think out that re-exec. And again, with the fact that things looked a little amateur at times, you know, there's just some obvious mistakes. Good to see again that communication staying clear for M80 at the end.
Yeah, so there's a casino inside of the game. Yeah, dude, this kind of sounds fun, man. You just like having fun BSing with your friends. Like, what could be better? What could be better? But I would have to play with friends. It would be probably fairly boring for me if I wasn't playing with friends.
Break this one down, right? Right.
Well, yeah, I think that's a really big skill of mine that I value a lot, and it has helped me immensely in both real life and in the game.
I don't even know. I mean, I've put my time into this game so much and like gaming so much, so I'm a very positive guy. I'm a positive beacon, I guess, but that's it. I don't think I have any other skills, really. I'm pretty funny. That's enough.
My biggest skill outside the game is probably just work ethic, like everything that I've done when it comes to like school.
Yeah.
Like
Yep, I'm 100% down. All right, we're gonna have like, and you know, Wiz is gonna play. If we're playing, Wiz is gonna play. Like, imagine we're just like running with an 8-10 squad, and we're just like, can we battle other people? What if we got like 10? And could we have like gang wars in the game or what?
I don't know. I feel like my major in marketing, like I've always been like a very talkative guy. So I'd say like going towards like business and marketing, I would say that's one of my biggest skills. Just, you know, being a very talkative and someone that can, you know, just get along with a lot of people.
Ooh, all right. Oh yeah. Now, not 5. I think she played like 4 or 3 or whatever. But my wife loved GTA. Loved GTA. Like when on our first date, I'm asking her about gaming. It might even before we were dating, like when we were just friends, and I was asking her stuff. She's like, "Oh yeah, I game." I'm like, "You got the WASD keys?" I think she'll remember that. And like, she laughs because she got the WASD fingers or whatever. So.
After 4 rounds of OT, to take down the first map of the series, Lotus steals stealing YFP's map pick away from them. I mean, Ash, looking back at this map, this overtime was so close, and just the entire match, like, it really could have gone either way.
It really could have. It was a lot of back and forth. We head into that overtime, and it felt like round for round, it could have been anybody's game, aside from like the couple really dominant rounds here and there. But there was just no opportunity for either of those teams to really snatch that momentum in OT. Both very quick to respond and put a stop to that bleeding and clap back in their own regard. But it was a great effort from both sides.
I literally could not agree more. I think we saw almost every single player in the server stepping up, having their moment, right? It wasn't just like a one-person affair. It wasn't just a one team sided. Everyone in this lobby was just having their rounds. They're having their moments. Stellar popping off. We had the Oki clips. We had the Caillou clips. Sato really waking up towards the later half of this game. Like, it was just absolute high impact, high speed gaming. Postbans were insane. The ults were crazy. The trades of utility were just on point this game. I really felt like the back and forth utility dance that was happening between both of these teams was just on another level, forcing them to just constantly having to raw mech after everyone's out of utility. And obviously the push and pull that was happening here between both of these teams. It was an insane first map.
It really was. And just touching on that push and pull that you mentioned there, Roy, I feel like what we really highlighted going into Lotus was Penny's ability to be so dynamic on the Neon, right? And it did feel like he was doing his job, but it wasn't having that same kind of impact that we had seen previously from him. And that was because M80, I think we're just so well set up to not allow him to have any respect for the space that Penny
Got to talk to Wiz tonight, see if he has any interest.
that was being thrown out by his team, his own contestants there. as well.
Hold on. To be fair, I played like GTA, I don't know, 1 or 2, whatever one was out in like 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. But not much. I mostly just watched people play. It just wasn't like my jam. I don't know. I tend to get really into one game at a time. That's been my whole life. I joke now and say it's because I'm an old man and I only have time for it, but that's really just how I'm wired. I like playing one game.
I was too focused on that first kills from each team. M80 21 in comparison to YFP's 11, especially too, Roy, when you narrow in and look at who got half of the first bloods on M80's side.
Yeah, I mean, Sato, we talked about the duelist diff and the clash of styles, and I think we got to see a lot of that happening here in this first map. Sato had an impeccable series when it came to openers, and I genuinely feel like not even just Sato, but the team had almost double of YFP's openers, right? Like that is just an insane level of just early success. Obviously, they came in with a very clear game plan. They knew what the Neon was going to be up to. They knew how they wanted to approach the map, and they definitely did shut down a lot of Penny's value, and I think it was a good idea to come into it with that in mind.
And I think now looking at the conversation around Sato, the fact that he's having an incredible game so far, and the fact that now we're heading into Split where he has also looked really good, this is where things really start to get scary, I think, for YFP, especially losing out in such a close map on their pick as well, on a Lotus that has looked quite comfortable for them overall. You can only imagine how terrifying Sato is just going to continue to be when he's already this hot and it's just game number 1.
Sato's just such a demon in the server. Like, we'll never get over that. And last time we saw him on Split, it was Trust and Plug that had the misfortune of being on the opposing end of things, and it was a Sato that dropped 26. So it's a terrifying prospect for sure. And the fact that he's consistently able to just get away with these first kills, I think just for them with the op and that OT alone, like, Sato is just such a great person to be kicking off these rounds for the entire team. And when YFP were then at a numbers deficit, like deficit, it was just kind of hard to bounce back from there. So yeah, looking at Split, I mean, we had outlined that Lotus was a must win for YFP, and well, now that's gone to Split. Like, do they have enough?
We're going to create the next wave of big gaming content creators. Yeah, I hope so. Hold on, I think my kids are knocking at the door. I might have to end stream here in a moment. Today was a wild day. One sec.
YFP played this map recently. They didn't even look bad on the map. They went 13-9 versus Nightblood Gaming. This was about a week ago. Yeah, it could have been a lot cleaner, but they were still integrating B-Dog. There's still a lot of reps that they needed to get under their belt. But they've had those reps. They've had that time. I genuinely feel like, or at least a part of me feels like, this map is going to be just as back and forth as we saw on Split.
Yeah, looking at this, Ash, I definitely think that it can be close. It's not like the one-sided affair. It's just when I'm looking at this M80 and one that's able to then rebound like and make it through this OT in the fashion that they did. Even a couple of those rounds where YFP had this opportunity to maybe close out, where they had this numbers advantage, and M80 are able to really, really clutch up. I still think that M80, when we're looking at the playoff runners-ups, we're looking at a team with such strong momentum that it might be a little bit difficult for YFP to break through here.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is we're having this conversation about how the expectation for you guys is not for it to be some sort of blowout now that we're going on to map number 2. It's more so the idea that this is a great opportunity for M80 to try and shut this series down within 2 maps instead of going to a third because of how good they've looked. But at the same time, I guess they have shown their hand more on split.
Boom! Shaka, laka, shaka, laka, shaka, laka, shaka, whoop!
Is a little bit of that difference as well when we're expecting now both teams to be having a Yoru heading into this map. I think Sato definitely looks more comfortable on this agent. Not that Penny's bad on it.
Come on, dude. I could totally be, what's this dude's name? Jay? No, what was his name? Jared?
I'm actually a huge fan of Penny's Yoru as well, though, to be honest. I think he plays it extremely well. And we're going into...
Oh, man. Cuber is smoking QOR.
That is the true test of the team diff, right? Like, what
About to go up to 12 rounds. All right, Soft. I gotta call it. I don't know if I'll be streaming tonight. Today was weird. Today was a weird day, so that kind of stunk. But hey, we'll be back tonight.
Will answer a lot of these things and how they're going to be dealing with a lot of like the meta functions on this map.
Yeah, the
Let me
asterisk
see
there,
here.
the same comms. What we've seen
But I'm gonna close it down. I'm gonna talk tonight. Catch you tomorrow. Sounds good, Soft. Have a good one, brother. Catch you later. Bye, everybody.